All right, let's talk about the Texas Longhorns. Look, under Coach Sarkisian, they've had a wonderful offseason up to this point, made a lot of great additions. Spring ball went relatively well. They're looking pretty solid head into 2023, but the Longhorns, once again, aren't done. They're focusing on the long term as well. And we've got great recruiting news for the 2024 class that I think will have a big impact for Texas.
Yeah, Nick, I think the Longhorns have gotten a fast start to the offseason. They look really good, and they've made a lot of solid moves, especially the one we're going to talk about today. But Longhorns fans, got an interesting question for you in the comment section below. Who's the fastest Texas Longhorn in team history? There's a lot of guys, maybe some guys are playing in the NFL right now, specifically a wide receiver position who I'm thinking about, that were very, very quick players. I think there's a lot of speed in Longhorns history, but I want to know in the comment section below today, who is the fastest player in your opinion in Texas Longhorns history? Let us know that in the comment section below. But Nick, let's get on into it. What is the latest big addition the Longhorns have made?
Yeah, so we've talked about this offseason and what Coach Sarkisian and his recruiting strategy has been, and it's been a really good one, and they've executed on it. They've been focusing on doing great at the quarterback position, obviously, and then focusing on getting NFL bodies, NFL caliber talent into the program. And I think it's a great strategy. I think that's a recipe for long-term success in college football. And this latest commitment is further proof of the quality execution on that strategy. If you want to throw up the report, Miles, this is from the great Hayes Fawcett, as we call him over at On3 Sports. All kinds of great job reporting the latest recruiting news. Great follow on Twitter. But from Fawcett, four-star defensive lineman Dontre Robinson of Orlando, Florida Jones High School announced his commitment to Texas Thursday afternoon. The 6'4", 305-pounder chose the Longhorns over Florida. Robinson ranks as the number 404 player in the On3 industry ranking. He also tabs in as the number 35 defensive lineman and the number 56 player in the state of Florida. The Sunshine State defensive lineman joins Coach Steve Sarkisian in the Longhorns' top 20 class in the 2024 team rankings. He's accompanied by four-star running back Jarrett Gibson, four-star cornerback Santana Wilson, and others. All right, ignore this ranking, right? This 404 ranking and all that nationally, it's garbage. I watch this guy's film. I look at his body type. This guy's going to be an NFL caliber player the way he's trending. He's got all the physical tools, great size, good production. He's a young kid, and he's already 6'4", 310 pounds. Right now, he's still just figuring out how to move his body and adjust in space. He reminds me of a big man in basketball that had a growth spurt between his sophomore and junior year of high school, went from 6'1" to 6'9", and he's figuring out how to use his height to his advantage. That's exactly, I think, what we're seeing from Robinson here. If you look at his film, as he gets more experience, this guy's going to fly up the recruiting boards. He's this kind of physical talent. He reminds me of an NFL physical talent. He reminds me of a Quinnen Williams type guy, formerly of the Alabama Crimson Tide, now with the New York Jets. That's the kind of potential this guy has. I think this is a great pickup by Texas. And this is yet again, like I mentioned, another example of Sarkisian's strategy. Recruit well at quarterback. Obviously, he's done a good job there, and bringing NFL caliber bodies. I think this guy fits that to a T. I think this is a great job by the Texas recruiting department. But Miles, I'll throw it over to you now. What do you think of this move by and just everything going on with Texas right now?
Yeah, Nick, you brought up some really great points. You talk about Quinnen Williams, you talk about the quarterback position, you talk about big man and basketball, but this is all going to be connected here in just a moment because I want to talk about the guy who recruited this guy. And we're talking about Bo Davis, the D-line coach at Texas. This is a guy who formerly was over at Alabama. He recruited a lot of great talent. He recruited Quinnen Williams. He recruited a big man you've seen play basketball and Terrence Cody. He's recruited Deron Payne. And at the quarterback position, he was the primary recruit of Jalen Hurts. So this is a guy who knows talent. Bo Davis has seen a lot of talent, specifically really high-level defensive line players. And like you said, the rating isn't always what meets the eye. This guy looks very talented, and I think with Bo Davis getting his hands on him, he's going to turn him into a superstar for Texas Longhorns. This is going to be a huge pickup for the team because this guy, like you said, all the physical tools, 6'4", 315, he's going to keep growing. He's going to get bigger. He's still in high school, Nick. This guy is going to be an absolute monster. He is actually a really good pass rusher as well because in 2022, 9 sacks. This guy can move and get to the quarterback. I think he's really, really athletic and really talented player. But I just love seeing that Bo Davis, a guy who is known to get really high-level talent, specifically at the defensive line position. Notice this guy, they offer him, they pick him up. So this guy, I am really excited to see him get on the field in a year or so in the 2024 class because this guy really, really strikes me as someone who could be a difference maker for this defense.
And let's not discount that they got this guy deep in the heart of Florida Gator country, right? Obviously
yeah.
from Orlando, right? The Gators have footholds, obviously, in that part of the state, in that part of the world. And the fact that Texas was able to go in there and get him is once again a strong indicator of the recruiting success. And that's going to be key for Texas. We know they recruit well in Texas. We know they recruit well in Oklahoma. We know they recruit well overall nationally. But how they're going to do deep in SEC rivals country over the next few years will be the strong indicator for how well their transition to the SEC goes. And this commitment right here looks like a strong start in that direction. They've had a great offseason, building a lot of momentum. Looks like it'll continue for Texas and Coach Steve Sarkisian. And right now, Longhorns fans, you should be excited about the long-term direction of this program.